Good afternoon. Here's Psalm 30 today. I hope you're all well and still self-isolating or whatever it is you're doing. Well, I hope you're doing it well, and I hope you're well. So let's grab your Bible, Psalm 30, beginning to read at verse 1. I will extol you, O Lord, for you have drawn me up and have not let my foes rejoice over me. O Lord my God, I cried to you for help, and you have healed me. O Lord, you have brought up my soul from Sheol. You restored me to life from among those who go down to the pit. Sing praises to the Lord, O you his saints, and give thanks to his holy name. For his anger is but for a moment, and his favour is for a lifetime. Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes in the morning. As for me, I said in my prosperity I shall never be moved. But your favour, O Lord, you made my mountain stand strong. You hid your face, I was dismayed. To you, O Lord, I cry, and to the Lord I plead for mercy. What profit is there in my death if I go down to the pit? Will the dust praise you? Will it tell of your faithfulness? Hear, O Lord, and be merciful to me. O Lord, be my helper. You have turned for me my mourning into dancing. You have loosed my sackcloth and clothed me with gladness, that my glory may sing your praise and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give thanks to you forever. Amen. What a psalm. This is a psalm of David giving his thanksgiving for answered prayer. And it is a joyful explosion of thankfulness for the faithfulness of God. And it just strikes me as I read it, what is your response to answered prayer? Do you sit there and go, yep, he answered that? Or nope, he hasn't answered that yet? Or do you go, wow, you are an amazing God? Do you run around and tell your friends that the Lord has answered my prayers? Do you encourage them to rejoice with you? This is a prayer, a psalm, a song, which is encouraging others to share in his joy at his answered prayer, but more so, that they too would rejoice at their prayers being answered, that this deliverer God, this Savior God, comes into our lives and answers our prayers, and our response is to praise his mighty name. Do you do that? Now this is a mighty psalm, and one that is incredibly encouraging, because the rejoicing comes after a time of huge testing, a time of trial, a time of pressure and stress and anxiety and worry and all of that. And I'm sure many of you can relate to some of that today. But thereafter, huge rejoicing for answered prayer and for deliverance. And it has one of those classic lines that is even used in secular society: joy cometh in the morning. Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes with the morning. Verse 5, joy comes with the morning. My mum, bless her, when she was alive, a cup of tea solved everything. She was from England. Her claim to fame was that she was born in the same place as Cliff Richard, and that she carried that with her, and she told many people. But a cup of tea would solve everything, as well as a good night's sleep. So the first thing, if you wanted to sort something out, you had a cup of tea, preferably Earl Grey, and then you had a good night's sleep, and everything would be grand in the morning. Everything would be great in the morning. Now, of course, that's not the way it works, but of course, everything looks new in the morning and fresh in the morning. And we have this kind of sentiment displayed in verse 5. For his anger is but for a moment, and his favour is for a lifetime. Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes with the morning. And this morning, of course, is, in a literal sense, is the next day. And I'm sure many of you have had sleepless nights, but wake up to a fresher day when you can see more clearly and understand things in a deeper or a better way. There's more clarity. But here the psalmist is also talking about the joy coming in the morning, which is the day when the Lord comes. The day when the Lord comes. It will be a bright and beautiful and new day and fresh scented and something incredibly wonderful. And we have tarried all night. He has wept all night. He has assessed and worried over his problems and stress. But joy comes in the morning because the Lord has answered his prayers. What an amazing song. And it's the morning in terms of day and night, the morning, the dawn, is contrasted with the morning of grief in verse 11. You have turned for me my mourning into dancing. You have loosed my sackcloth and clothed me with gladness, that my glory may sing your praise and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give thanks to you forever. His mourning, his upset, his bereavement has now been utterly transformed by a Saviour God who is making all things new, giving him fresh clothes, which are gladness, giving him loosed his sackcloth, taking away the things that were weighing him down and causing him grief. And now he is set free. He is set free in the Lord. And in verse 12, he says that my glory may sing your praise and not be silent. O Lord my God, I will give thanks to you forever. Now that's David making a promise to God to thank him forever for the things that he does. My wee challenge to you is that when you wake up each day in the midst of this crisis, experience the joy that comes in the morning. Experience the joy of the Lord that is present in your life. Give thanks for that day. We'll worry about forever. We'll talk about that another time. But give thanks for that day. Joy comes in the morning. Give thanks to your Lord today. May the Lord bless you and keep you and make his face to shine upon you. Be joyous. Give thanks. Keep on carrying on. Amen.